What's up, guys? LQ here. I'm here to talk about the first two episodes of Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai. I grew up on Gremlins. The first Gremlins movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. The second Gremlins movie I liked a lot as a kid. As I've grown up, I've kind of gotten to where it's a little too silly for me. I still like it. I mean, it's a Gremlins movie, so I still like it. I still watch it every now and then, but it's definitely fell more on the silly side than the first one did, which kind of took me out of it a little bit as an adult. But definitely a fan of the IP. So I was definitely interested in a Gremlins TV show, even though it was animated. I was interested in where they would go with a Gremlins TV show. Let's cycle back to the animation. Why did they make this animated? I mean, unless they're just trying to bring in kids, bring in a new group of fans to enjoy the Gremlins, why? I would have been much more interested in a sequel series set after Gremlins 2. Um, bring back Zach Galligan, is that how you say his name? I don't know. And Phoebe Cates, bring them back and have a sequel series. I'd have been way more interested in that than the story that they're deciding to tell here. Now, the story that they're deciding to tell here is Gizmo, which, by the way, he didn't get his name Gizmo. This is off canon for how he gets his name Gizmo, right? Um, 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 Mr. Peltzer named him Gizmo, not the way he got the name Gizmo in this show. So I had a minor problem with that, but that's forgivable, right? That's forgivable. Um, this was the kind of the origin of Gizmo, how he came to be in this Asian shop owned by this Asian man, and I forget his name. It's not coming to me. Um, but how he ended up with that family, how he ended up in that shop. That's kind of the origin. That's kind of the story they're deciding to tell here. Now, in this, it seems like he comes from a mystical land, and he ends up in our world through a series of events involving a hawk or a bird or an eagle or something. He involves, he finds himself in human world, and I don't know. I felt like that went off canon also. So I read the Gremlins book a long time ago, and in the Gremlins book, Gizmo was an alien. So I've led, the past 30 plus years of my life, I have believed that Gizmo was an alien. Because that's clearly what he was in the novelization of the movie. And then to have this new history brought into it that is completely, um, completely foregoes any kind of extraterrestrial origin. That was a bit of a, that caught me a little bit off guard. But I was like, okay, okay, I get it. That was in the book. The book doesn't have to be canon. Let's see what story they tell here. So we go into a story that is very magic driven. Everybody in this show has magical powers. Just showing for kids. Okay, people have magical powers. There's a bad guy wizard who has all sorts of magical powers, um, and even a number of the good guys have magical powers. The people trying to get Gizmo have magic, and the people trying to protect Gizmo have magic. That's all fine and dandy, but there was no magic in the original movie in either one of them. It was very absent of that kind of magic. So to have this villainous person coming after Gizmo using magic and having him protected by this magic, and then to never have any sign of it in the movies, I don't know. It just feels like a little bit of retconning to me. And the magic, the wizard magic that exists in this show, doesn't really feel authentic to what was happening in the movies. All right, made for kids. I get it. Trying to do something new with the IP, whatever. I'm going to continue watching this, but so far it's really not for me. I don't feel like this was made for lifelong fans of the Gremlin franchise. I feel like this is made for new fans. And like I said, I'll stick with it just because I am a fan of the IP. But so far, it's really let me down more times than it hasn't. A couple times it kind of tries to catch the spirit of the original movie, especially when you start when the when Gizmo gets wet and we get the evil Mogwais. There's some moments there where it kind of feels a little bit like the original, but this is standing so far apart from the original that I'm just not sure how I feel about it yet, because it's almost like they inhabit completely two different worlds. So I don't know. I'll talk more about this as I watch a couple more episodes, but that's how I feel about it right now. So far I'd say that I've really been let down by this show, but we're only 2 episodes in. Let's see how it pans out. What did you guys think of the first 2 episodes? Let me know in the comments below.